All right, good morning, everyone. Hey, happy Friday. And we're going to hop on here. Unfortunately, it's going to have to be kind of short and sweet today, but we are going to touch base with your Father's Day weekend forecast. We've had some audio issues the past 2 weeks now, so fingers crossed. Feel free to comment if you can hear me, that would be super helpful. I'm just going to wait a couple minutes, a couple seconds for a few more people to join. Hey Charles, hey Jose. I think audio's good to go. Like I said, we had some technical difficulties last week. So, just like we do every week, we're going to hop on here on WMBB. I have it on my Facebook page too. And we're just going to talk about weekend weather. And today actually happens to be the very last day of spring, which is crazy to believe. We have the first day of summer tomorrow for Saturday, and then Father's Day on Sunday. There's lots of events going on this weekend. Okay, perfect. Sandra, thank you for saying audio's working. Yay. Okay. So, just going to dive right in. There's not a lot going on locally and really not even regionally all that much. It's actually been a very inactive, predictable pattern, which is great news for everything going on this weekend. There's Jeep Jam. Feel free to comment below what you're doing for Father's Day. Atmospheric moisture, I want to show you why it's been so calm for us, why it's been so active for other areas of the country. What we're dealing with, or what we've been dealing with the past couple of days, is a very broad upper level low, is what it's called. It's moving counterclockwise. It's that spin we see in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere, and I drew that with that white line there. So you'll see that vivid orange wrapped around this system. This means really dry air heading our way. So dry air across the panhandle, but it's been a very, very different outlook for areas like North Carolina, Virginia. They've seen isolated spots well over 10 inches of rain, so as much as a tropical storm could have produced, but it's just from this upper level low that hasn't been steered by fronts, and it's just been sitting over them. So because of that, they've been taking all the moisture, and we are now fortunately drought free for the most part across the entire Sunshine State, but we've been dealing with rather dry conditions, very limited rain chances, and that's why the system hasn't moved. But I'll go back to that one more time. It's actually starting to weaken now, and this upper level low will move off to the north and the east. And so this weekend, our pattern changes just a touch, mainly just bringing on more humidity. So rather quiet locally. And I do want to touch base on the tropics because there isn't a lot going on locally. It's mainly just the heat and the humidity this weekend. So for today, Saturday, the first day of spring, and for Father's Day, rain chances will be extremely limited. 10 to 20% shot here. So stray showers, isolated storm, perhaps. But other than that, we're really going to stay just dealing in the stuck in the 90s. So the low to mid 90s, and then we factor in those high dew points, going to be feeling closer to the upper 90s, even triple digits at times this weekend. So very warm Father's Day weekend. Nothing going on even in the tropics. And I do apologize. I'm kind of having to speed through this. We have midday in 10 minutes. So if you want more details, feel free to tune into that either on air or online as well. But nothing going on in the tropics. National Hurricane Center near 0% chance of development over the next 48 hours, even up to the next 5 days. That is large in part to the Saharan dust forecast. So the Saharan dust, lots of questions this week of why this tends to suppress tropical development. It's not uncommon. This is basically just a massive, dry, dusty air mass that travels thousands of miles off to the west with those easterly trade winds. And as this creeps into the Gulf, comes across that area where you often see tropical cyclones try to organize, and then also the Gulf, what it will do is two things. So it's a dry air mass. So tropical cyclones need moisture, so that's not good for development. And then tropical cyclones also need weak upper level winds so that these systems can build. The Saharan dust, this air mass, tends to kick up those winds, and so you have strong winds, increasing wind shear, and you have dry air. So two things that tropical storms, hurricanes do not like. So this is why we don't anticipate anything developing over the next week, maybe a week and a half. And this is something we don't actually see in our area in terms of, if you've lived here before in past summers, you know that when we see this dust, it actually makes for some really, really awesome sunrises and sunsets. Really cool. You're in for a treat if you've never seen it before. It's this hazy look. And also, feel free to send pictures once we see this. This isn't something we'll be seeing until closer to the end of your next work week. So this is Wednesday, 10 a.m. You're starting to see some of that light on the ledger up there, not necessarily the dense dust, not air mass coming in yet, but closer to Thursday, Friday, this time next week really is when we'll start to see those really cool sunrises and sunsets. The only negative, or one of at least the main negatives to this, is it does obviously with air particles enhance those allergies. It worsens for people that are already prone to seasonal allergies, so that's something to look out for as well. But otherwise, suppresses tropical development and makes for some really cool sunrises and sunsets. So lastly, I'm just going to show the Father's Day weekend forecast. Again, not a whole lot going on. We're just waiting for that upper level low across the eastern half of the country to kind of continue to weaken. As that does so, expect humidity to intensify. And so high humidity, 95 for Saturday, 96 for Sunday, really slim rain chances. There you go. Happy Father's Day to anyone celebrating this weekend, and you shouldn't have any issues on the water. If you're going to the coastline, inland, we're going to have winds very, very calm at the surface, even over the Gulf. So even though winds over the Gulf aren't interacting with any land friction, buildings, vegetation, even over the Gulf, very, very calm. That's why I wanted to start this video with a view of the Gulf, how smooth it's been. The bays are very calm. So you're going to have likely yellow flags all weekend. Pay attention to those, however, but should be a great weekend across the Panhandle, and tropics are quiet, so nothing really to worry about weather-wise. I'm going to check the comments super fast. Again, we have midday in 5 minutes. Thanks for everyone saying happy birthday. Someone's asking why are there so many gnats. Man, I know. I wish it's that time of year too. I wish that wasn't an issue. But other than that, I'm not seeing any questions. Okay, thanks for all the birthday wishes. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful last day of spring. And if you want a more fine-tuned, detailed forecast, we're having midday any minute now, so feel free to tune in. All right, I will see you if you're tuning in just a second. Otherwise, I'll see you next Friday. Have a wonderful weekend.